I want to bring up one thing first. CD Projekt games have always been a narrative-driven games. Like they always want to tell a good story first, and then they add on the gameplay afterward. That's why like all their games have never been really like that gameplay intensive, and they're kind of poopy to play. Even though I would argue that like in Cyberpunk 2077, the gameplay is really good now, especially after they've reworked the skill tree and perks. I think the gameplay is also good in this game. But the thing I want to bring out is that playing CDPR games is almost like watching a really, really good movie, the second time. And CDPR, especially in Cyberpunk, I feel like, so hear me out, guys. I feel like Cyberpunk 2077 is the story they always try to tell back in The Witcher 2. But because back in The Witcher 2 days, they didn't have enough resources and stuff, so they couldn't pull off like that many different branching lines while having the focus around the world and politics at the same time. That's why Witcher 2, even though they tried something really, really cool, it kind of did fail to deliver. So in Witcher 3, they kind of went back and do a more personal storyline, because they figure if they want to go open world and like all these other stuff at the same time, it wouldn't really be possible. So they left politics and like the world building in just side missions. So now in Cyberpunk 2077, I think it's really cool that now they actually have enough resources, and I think that their foremost important thing was trying to address the story. And like, just think about how many different options that you can get for endings, and how many different options that a main mission can play out, like stealth or go in full gun blazing, different dialogue option, and some options are actually so minor that you wouldn't even think that it would actually affect the ending. And I think some very, very minor option can impact the ending too. It maybe not a very, very big impact, but an impact nonetheless. So the way I treat my second playthrough of Cyberpunk is this. I missed a lot of things because I would like the story like in Cyberpunk, they really try to do exposition in a very minor way. They actually treat you like a mature story reader. Like you actually have brain capacity to load in. Like for example, when you go into Arasaka Kenpaki Plaza, the fucking receptionist wouldn't just tell you, "Hello, welcome to Kenpaki Plaza. Oh, you wonder why I look like this? Oh, I'm chromed out. Oh, because my boss are trying to tell us to do. These days it's very hard to get a job. Like like corporates now is so powerful. They even have manipulation over your body. But that's besides the point. Let's talk to you about something. Like they don't do stuff like that." Like, if it is in a Bethesda game, you go into a town, you talk to an NPC, that NPC talks for 10 minutes about the lore of that town, all right? So that is something that is really cool about like RPG in CDPR games. So I totally missed that, like all these expositions in my first playthrough, because I was skeptical about the game already. And I played it like the first time, so I figured I wouldn't really need to like focus that much on the first half of the story. But I actually had to focus, because there are so many things that is hinted through body languages, facial expression. They actually have good facial expression and body languages and poses, and they always talk. They don't convey their whole meaning through like direct dialogue. There's always like some nuances in their dialogues also. So. That's why a second playthrough of Cyberpunk could be very cool, is because I can discover all those things that I've missed. It's like when I was watching Your Lies in April. It's like the first episode, I wonder what that means. And then after the ending, oh my god, they actually hinted, some big plot twist in the first episode. I totally missed that. Like that's like a glaring, obvious, comparison, but that's like kind of like my point. There are lots of like subtle things that's in this game that I probably have missed entirely, because my brain is monkey brain, and I stream this game at the same time, and I talk over dialogues all the time, not even paying attention to the game. And then after like fucking 15 minutes of dialogue, I was like, what just happened? And then some passionate gamer would just fucking mauled and like, bro, they literally told you, man. Bro, look at the dialogue. Oh my god. and I realized, I think I was so fucking triggering to all the guy who actually understand the story and see all these hints throughout the story that I totally missed because I was looking at chat. I wasn't paying attention to like the animation, what's happening on screen. Oh my god. Like, just thinking about that. Like, now that I'm actually going here, like, almost like a blind playthrough mentality, I actually liked all those cutscenes that we saw. Like, the only thing that I like complained about, like, during the entire intro, was that one scene, actually two scenes. The first scene is how Jackie died. I feel like if there was no quote-unquote boss battle with the drones, after we get onto Delamain and go to Notel Motel and just like spend the whole thing in cutscene and build the build up of sadness towards like Jackie's death, that would have been much better. But instead, they had to put in a boss battle because if you do the entire mission stealthy, you wouldn't even really like gun down anyone. So it's almost like they wanted to have some action. Like they can't just go through the final stretch of the main mission without any like big action. So they added fucking drone on rail boss fighting. Holy shit, that was so bad. And it diminished the impact of Jackie's death a lot to me. So that's like, and then the second scene was the Johnny Silverhand, glitched out memory thing, where like Adam Smasher met him in the plaza, and then somehow he TP'd outside of the plaza, and then Johnny still see like Smasher, and then Smasher like put him down. So what happened to Rogue? And like there's it, like I know that there's supposed to be like fragmentation or some glitch in his memory in the engram, but I still feel like the presentation of that is really, really weird. So that's like my two main gripes about like the intro. But overall, I'm really, really happy how the intro turned out. Actually, man, it's like I'm playing a completely new game too. Holy shit, dude! I'm actually like. I think this is actually my favorite CDPR game. I'm not even joking. After 2.0, so pre 2.0 is still Witcher 3. I'm not saying that Cyberpunk is like better than Witcher 3 in like all regards. Like it's just the gameplay that is the gameplay coupled with the pretty good narratives so far. I think it's on par with Witcher 3. But overall, I would still say that Witcher 3 is a better overall game just because of because we're going to see some pretty bad questing soon, right? So I think some quest pacing is really off in this game too, because there are a lot of quests that you just get called and then you go to a location and then you talk for like 2 minutes and then you peace out. That is some very bad questing. All right, so that's why because Witcher 3 overall as a package is just, to me, it really is without any like glaring flaws that I would say, oh my, I do not want to play this. Like I don't have a single moment in Witcher 3 like this, but in Cyberpunk I have moments like this. So that's why to me, Witcher 3 is still a more complete package and it's still better. But because of how good the gunplay and I think the stealth too, now that I've unlocked some like quick hacks and throwing knives, is actually really fluid to do combats and gameplay in this world. So the gameplay is definitely a huge step up from Witcher 3, actually from any CDPR game. So that's why overall I think Cyberpunk to me is like on par with Witcher right now. It's actually crazy. Like I went from fucking hating the video game, almost quitting, and fucking go through the main mission and just be done with the game at 1.63. And now I'm actually enjoying the game so much that I'm doing videos with it, doing a second playthrough immediately, and I'm like having like new appreciation towards the narratives and stuff. Dude, that's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, dude.